Hello everyone, you're now with me for TVS News at 5. Let's moving on to the news. The Employees Provident Fund EPF has clarified that there are no changes to withdrawal criteria under i-Sinar. As such, every process or policy changes or enhancement will undergo due process and careful consideration and presented to the EPF Board of Directors for approval.
This was said in a statement issued recently in response to various media reports regarding the request for the removal of all criteria and conditions set under i-Sinar. EPF added it always took into account every request and suggestion from stakeholders, while the EPF welcomes any feedback on i-Sinar. It is expected that a substantial portion of the 8 million members eligible to apply will fall under Category 1, where approval would be automatically given without need for any supporting documents. Online applications will start from December 21, 2020, and payment will be made by mid-January 2021.
Bung Bratak Heritage Centre to resume operation since December 5, 2020. Bung Bratak Heritage Association Chairman Datuk Peter Minos said such move was made following Kuching District current status as yellow zone.
Datuk Peter Minos said, based on feedback received, the visitors made the journey ascending the 1,000-foot mount in Bau for health purposes amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Minos also revealed that there are at least 300 visitors and tourists returning last weekend. He said BBHC staff expect to see a surge in the number of visitors and tourists in the coming days and weeks since it is not far from Kuching and only about 10 kilometers from Bau town.
Brunei will consider a proposal to establish a reciprocal green lane with Malaysia in an effort to revive the two countries' economies, which have been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin conveyed the message to the High Commissioner of Brunei Darussalam to Malaysia, Ambassador Datuk Paduka Alaihuddin Muhammad Taha, when the latter paid him the courtesy call at his office in Parliament yesterday. In a post on his Facebook page, Muhyiddin said Alaihuddin visited him to bid farewell as his tenure in Malaysia will end later this month. He said in the meeting, they also discussed efforts to further enhance existing bilateral relations between the two countries in various aspects, including challenges and measures to overcome the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Prime Minister said Malaysia and Brunei are in an agreement as neighbouring countries and should not let the pandemic be an obstacle to further enhance existing cooperation. Muhyiddin also expressed his gratitude to the Sultan of Brunei, Sultan Hassan Al Bolkiah, for granting his request to pay an official visit to the country. He also thanked Alaihuddin for his contributions, services and friendship during the 6 years tenure in Malaysia.
A search and rescue operation was launched yesterday in search for an Indonesian man who went missing after a boat capsized in Rajang River around 5 p.m. on Sunday.
According to the Fire and Rescue Department Operations Center spokesman, the missing man is known as Henryayan Shah, 25, employed as an electrician in Cebu. The victim was on board the boat with two local men, aged 25 and 27, as they head to Muara Payang from SARIKEI before their boat was hit by a big wave. Causing the boat to capsize in Sungai Rajang, the two local men managed to cling on the fuel tank. However, the victim was swept away by the strong current. The two local men were rescued by passing fishermen. Bombar SARIKEI received the alert on the incident at 7:36 p.m. from the police after one of the survivors lodged a report at the SARIKEI police station.
The public were advised against planning for events involving gatherings until the country records a lower number of new positive COVID-19 cases. In a Facebook posting by Public Health Malaysia, the public were reminded to avoid 6 types of events. Effective yesterday, the government has allowed interstate and inter-district travel nationwide without police permit, except for areas placed under the Enhanced Movement Control Order (EMCO). Furthermore, vehicles are also allowed to carry passengers according to the seating capacity. From now on, the focus will be on the compliance of the standard operating procedures. Yesterday, the country recorded 4-digit new positive COVID-19 cases at 1,600, bringing the cumulative number of positive cases to 74,294. The last time the country recorded 3 digits for new positive cases was on December 2nd. A 43-year-old grocery shop owner was severely hurt while his employee suffered bruises after they were robbed by 4 individuals at their convenience shop along JALAN SEMARIANG on Monday. According to Kuching District Police, a Chief Assistant Commissioner of Police, Awangdin Awanggani, when contacted, confirmed the incident.
So, jadi pemilik kedai ni, dia telah cuba untuk meminta dewang ni beredar. Tapi datang pula 3 lagi rakan lelaki tersebut telah menyamun kedai tersebut dan mencederakan lelaki pemilik kedai itu sendirilah, yang mana kecederaan telah berlaku di bahagian belakang kepala dia. So, jadi kita masih lagi membuat siasatan sama ada kejadian ini mungkin berpunca daripada sesuatu apa hal, jadi masih ada lagi dalam siasatan sama ada melibatkan samseng ataupun ada unsur-unsur gangsterism dan sebagainya. Masih kami dalam siasatan lagi. Sementara itu pemilik kedai ini sendiri masih menerima rawatan di Hospital Umum Sarawak.
The incident was believed to have happened at around 10 p.m. when the victims were approached by the 4 suspects when they were about to close for the day. Awangdin added one of the suspects punched the 53-year-old grocery shop employee, while 3 other suspects stormed into the shop and robbed the shop. As a result, the investigation is being carried out to ensure whether it involves gangsterism activities in the area. He said the case is currently being investigated under Section 394 of the Penal Code. Efforts to track the 4 suspects are ongoing, and members of the public who have any information on the incident are encouraged to inform the police. Meanwhile, the owner of the shop is still receiving treatment at the Sarawak General Hospital after suffering from injuries on the back of his head due from the robbery incident.
UMNO is optimistic that the new Perak Menteri Besar candidate from the party has the majority support. Its President Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said he was confident that the party garnered adequate support.
Ahmad Zahid was called for an audience with the Sultan of Perak and arrived at the palace at about 9:50 a.m, followed by Perak UMNO Liaison Committee Chairman Datuk Sarani Mohammed moments later. Following the 1-hour meeting, Ahmad Zahid presented the list of names from UMNO for Sultan Nazrin's consideration. If the submitted list is satisfactory to the Sultan, the 14th Perak Menteri Besar oath-taking ceremony will most likely take place at Istana Iskandariah, Kuala Kangsar today or tomorrow morning. Sarani, the Kota Tampan State Assemblyman, was said to be among the candidates who will occupy the 14th Perak Menteri Besar seat.
Well, that's all from me, Ruben Gomez, for the TVS News at 5 tonight at Nightline, 11:30 p.m. with Cheryl Shamina and Razi Ahmad. Ruben Gomez, anytime, anyway. Stay safe.